we are back to Football 101. I am your host, The Beetle. That's right, The Beetle, bringing it and finishing out the AFC North. That's right, this is my review of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm using Lindsay Sports Magazine, a classic, to give me the insight, but I also did my homework following the Pittsburgh Steelers from training camp to preseason to the first game. And yes, they brought the pain in their first game against the Atlanta Falcons and won the first game against the Atlanta Falcons because it was all about defense. And that's what the Steelers bring. They still bring the house. So here we go. Yes, the Steelers with head coach Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin in his sixth, what is it? Oh my gosh. In his 18th season. Oh, my bad. The 18th season of Mike Tomlin. And for the record, I just got a full disclosure. I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin. Okay, I'm coming real, y'all. I have not been the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin. And the reason why, he got lucky when he first started with the Steelers. They won a Super Bowl in his first couple of years because of that Steeler tradition and the previous head coaches, and they were stacked anyway. And when Bill Cowher decided to retire, they still had all the superstars with the team, and Mike Tomlin got an easy Super Bowl win. So he's been able to run on that Super Bowl win for what? 17 seasons. 17 seasons. And hasn't returned to the Super Bowl, haven't returned to the AFC Championship. Good teams, not great teams, good teams. And cause of ownership, Arthur Rooney and the Rooneys, they don't want to pull the plug on Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin somehow survives every year. Somehow survives, and now he has restored the Steelers in a different mindset because of their acquisition of Russell Wilson, former quarterback of Seattle Seahawks and former quarterback let go by the Denver Broncos. So they have Russell Wilson. They also have Justin Fields. Justin Fields, backup quarterback, used to be starter for Chicago Bears. So they have and they have to get rid of a couple of key players, but they still have Najee Harris, running back, bring the pain. George Pickens, wide receiver. And of course, on defense, they have all-world TJ Watt. Yeah, TJ Watt bringing it. Matter of fact, in that first game against the Falcons, he was just dominating the front line and sacking Cousins again and again and again. And stopping them again and again and again. So it's that Steelers defense against the lame Falcons. No, not lame. I think they're better than they should, but they're confused. They got so many moving parts on the Falcons, but the Steelers took advantage of them. That's all about experience. But the Steelers look good. I'm about to say, the Steelers look good doing training camp and preseason. And they were primed, ready to go. They're coming out to shoot right now. So give them credit. A lot of changing parts, but they're coming out with that Steeler attitude. Yeah, that's one thing about the tradition of the Steelers. I give them credit for that. They have that tradition. And when the season starts, guess what? It's game on. Game face is on. And yes, Mike Tomlin talks all the stuff, and but he says the same stuff every year. That's the reason I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin. And they could have pulled the plug on Mike Tomlin a few years ago, but he survived the plug. But he has retooled this team, because if he doesn't go to the playoff this season, he will be gone. He will be gone. But he has key players, and because the AFC North is so bad, it's so bad. The Steelers, yes, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I'm from Ohio. And I used to be a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan, of course, back in the day. with my boy Terry Bradshaw. Come on. With my boy L.C. Greenwood, my boy Ernie Holmes, my boy Jack Lambert on defense, my boy Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, Franco Harris, Rocky Blyer. Yeah, I'm a Steeler fan back in the 70s. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Beating the Dallas Cowboys, beating the LA Rams. And that was back in the day. But now, the Steelers have retooled themselves. They're not the fearsome, but they're fluid. They're faster. Give them credit. They got Fitzpatrick in the defensive backfield. He's that superstar safety, veteran safety. Brings the pain. They also have Joey Porter, cornerback. He was from Penn State. Solid linebackers, but it's that front four that brings the pain. Even old, 14-year veteran Cameron Hayward, his old self. I was gonna say something else, but nah, I'll let it go. But yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got the swagger. They're coming out to shoot fast. Now, whether they can last is another thing. And again, I'm being upfront. I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Tomlin. But he did make some moves that was necessary. He got rid of the Pittsburgh quarterback from University of Pittsburgh. He's made wholesale changes. And it looked like these wholesale changes are working. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Bringing in Russell Wilson, bringing in Justin Fields. I didn't think it was going to mesh well. But I have to retool myself after seeing them in preseason and the first game. Again, it's just the first game. I'm not going to give that much weight to it. But at least they come out the chute ready to play. So, versus some other teams that were not ready to play in the first game. So just for first game and just seeing the trend. Here, I'm going to give the season. I'm getting straight to the end here. It's a long day for the Beetle. I can't even believe I'm doing this show. But the love of the game. Yeah, I'm still bringing it. The love of the game. I gotta do it. Give respect to the game. But give respect to, let's just do this show. And keep football 101 moving forward. So this is how I see the Pittsburgh Steelers season. Thank you, Lindsay Sport. They won their first game against the Falcons. Falcons are going to take a while to get in, and they got a new coach there too. So then they go to Denver. I have them winning that one because the Denver is still kind of shaky. Then they go host the Chargers. I have them winning the Chargers at home, just for being at home. Then they host they go to Indy, Colts. Oh, they'll beat Colts. Then they host Dallas. They'll be ready for Dallas. That's a tradition. They will be ready for Dallas. Then they go to Vegas. They'll win the Vegas. Then they host the Jets. They'll beat the Jets. Then they host the Giants. They'll beat the Giants. Then they have a bye. Then they go to Washington. I think they're gonna lose that one. Then they host. Washington's that good. They'll get their stuff together. And then they host the Ravens. They'll win that one. Then they go to Cleveland. They'll win that one. They go to Cincy. They'll win that one. Then they host Cleveland. They'll win that one. Then they go to Philly. Lost. Then they go to Ravens. Lost. Then they host the Chiefs. Lost. And then they host the Bengals. Win. So I have this. I can't even believe I'm saying this, y'all. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers 13 wins and 4 losses. Right at the top of the AFC North. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe it's going to be happening. Lindsay Sports have them projected 4th. I have them projected, I can't believe this, winning the AFC North. I thought the Ravens would be at the top of their game. They are the elite. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going back and forth, but I'm sticking to my guns. I have the Steelers 13-4. Go figure. Go figure. It's just that they're coming out with some swagger. You want to see that at the beginning of this is the kickoff weekend. Some attitude. So I'm giving them props on that. Whether it will last or not, I don't know, but I gotta give them props on that. And even when I don't even like Tomlin. He's okay, brother. He helps out a lot of folks. Granted, but he says the same thing again and again. After 18, he's saying the same coach speech. His philosophy. Where's then? When you played the game, you said, man, coach, say something different. You're saying the same thing from 15 years ago. from 18 years, you're saying the exact same thing. Come up with something new. But it's working. I don't know. New generation of players are buying it. Maybe they won't buy into it by the end of the season. But right now, they're buying into it. And I'm not going to wave the Steeler towel, the terrible towel. I'm not into that. Because they're going to meet, eventually the Steelers going to meet my Dolphins. And guess what happens when you play the Dolphins? Speed kills. I'm sorry, speed kills. We're going to tear the Steelers up. Take you back to Pittsburgh. Take you back to Pittsburgh. So yes, my bias against the Pittsburgh Steelers is coming out because I'm from Ohio. But I'm giving you props in this in the AFC. I'm giving you props. Period. So yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Tomlin and the guys, y'all doing a great job. It's all about, again, as you know, it's physical. NFL is physical. This is real deal. And it's all about, of course, I'm a defensive player. Defensive, they make the difference. And I'm going to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, holding them down, being it real. And I think Russell Wilson and Justin Fields will get it all together. They'll be scoring more points. So there you go. That's my assessment. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it short, too. This is Football 101. This is The Beetle. Have a great season, y'all. Peace out.